Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, come on in on a Tuesday night for Murder Church. Going into episode 9 here tonight, Charlie Adelson trial. Got one more, about 52 minutes actually. I was about to say another hour, but about 52 minutes left of Katie Magbanua. And then we're going to do book club after that immediately for members of the Buzz Nation, if you're a member here. So yeah, everybody, come on in. Get ready. Hit the like ski. Give it some shares. Let's go.
Let's rock.
Boom. We made it. What's up, everybody? Get the hell in here. Oh, that shouldn't say Russell Plunge. That should say Publicly Buzz. What's up? What's up? What's up? We made it. We made it. First of all, let me get the chat in here so we can speak to each other. Let me see who's made it in here tonight for the Buzz. To hang and bang a little bit here tonight. Let's just see. My mouse is being terrible right now. Fuzzy Puff, Holly Berry, a new name, Amanda Callender. Replay crew here, and I haven't called a live yet. Well, this is pretty sweet. So excited. I'm on episode 20 of Spectre and jumping in here. Whoa, yay. Got to get my probably nothing going. You're in the right place. Love to see it, Amanda. Welcome in. BGOG, Life Artist. Daria's in the house. Dave on popping through here tonight. Just a Crazy Gin, the Gin Nation representing here. Like to see it. Carrie, of course. Gambies, welcome. Bet I'm asleep before book club, and that makes me sad. I'm barely awake now. I know you work your ass off, and I totally understand. Boom, wild side. But immediately after this, we are going into Gin. Another Gin popping in here. Gin Nation representing. Immediately after this, we got the book club, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody that does not know, if you become a member here at Publicly Buzzed, you're inside of the book club on Tuesday nights. After the Murder Church, we go right into book club, and we read 2 chapters every week of whatever book we're on. And currently, we're on our first book still, The Stranger Beside Me, Ted Bundy book by Ann Rule. We're almost done with it, though. We've got like 6 chapters left. This week, we're going over chapters 36 and 37. I've got my notes ready. So anybody that is in here and ready to go. Jersey Gin in the house also. True Crime Butterfly still popping in. Love to see the Gin Nation in here. Love it. The wheel is active here tonight, so I'll be keeping an eye on all those goodies that make me come through. You never know. And if you do, you'll get on a wheel for some cool stuff. But one thing that we do have for sure is a wheel that I need to make and create for all the folks that came through and gave me some help with the latest video on Russell Plunge. Holy shit, guys. Can't do that without you. I really freaking appreciate it. It really helps me out when you come through with the comments, with the likes, with the hype. Boom. Really cool. And I've got about 20 names on this list. I'm going to fill it out. It's going to be a virtual wheel. We're going to do that before this show ends, and I'll be giving away a t-shirt. And anybody that does not know, publiclybuzz.com is where you can get some merch. And I got a brand new shirt just for Halloween for everybody that would like to check it out. Boom. There is the link. I got these in some cool colors. The green is my favorite, though has a real throwback vibe of the 90s, but it comes in black, white. But you can pick any shirt you want from publiclybuzz.com if you win tonight. So a lot of cool merch over there. But we are about to go into the trial. We are still working on Charlie Adelson, and I'm just happy to report this one is not going, we already know this, but this is not going to take nearly as long as Phil Spector. So welcome in, everybody. Love it. Thanks, guys. But yeah. For all the help on the new video, we're going to get that going here tonight, but we're going to start off right now. Thanks, folks, and let me get the sound going. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. Getting ourselves through this week. Anybody does not know, Thursday nights here on Publicly Buzzed is now reaction night. I'll be doing another reaction video this Thursday night live on a body cam, something in that range of Verity anyways. And then tomorrow evening, however you want to put it, 4:45 Eastern, I'm dropping a video from last week's. I'm going to try to keep that rotation going. And last week we were looking at this lady who had 5 lovers, and they had kidnapped an autistic guy, holding him captive in a hotel room. It was a lot. So I broke that out of that last week's live to make a video. But we're having a good time. I still got to book up something for Feral Friday. I have nothing really planned, except it's going to be Halloween themed.
You lied when you testified that you knew nothing about Wendy's divorce, Wendy Adelson's divorce.
Yes, sir.
You lied when you said you didn't pick up money from Charlie's house on July 18th.
Yes, sir.
You lied when you said you knew nothing about stapled cash.
Yes, sir.
You lied when you said you didn't bring the money to Sigfredo or Luis Rivera the next day.
Yes, sir.
You lied again when you said you worked as a personal assistant for Charlie, right?
Yes, sir.
You lied repeatedly when you tried to discuss what had happened, what was being spoken at Dolce Vita, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, now let's talk about the lies that you told that the state didn't go over with you. Let's talk about your proffers, your cooperation.
Yes, sir.
We started this, of course, Sunday on Murder Church. If anybody's just jumping in here randomly and wondering why we're just in the middle of this cross-examination by Rashbaum, we had been watching an hour and 2 minutes of Katie McBono on the stand before that. We've still got about 50 minutes now left.
So you were interviewed by the state twice in October and November 2022, correct?
Yes, sir.
And by the way, you've met with them a couple times since then, right?
A couple times.
Have you met with them
After?
since? Yeah, after that point?
Probably one time.
You met with Ms. Kappelman?
Yes, yes, sir.
Did Ms. Kappelman ask you about our defense during that meeting?
No, sir.
She didn't ask you about whether, for the first time, whether you ever threatened Charlie
sir.
Adelson? Now, when you met with them in October and November of 2022, this was after you got your life sentence, right?
Yes, sir.
And you met with them first in Marion County Jail on October 11th, right?
Marion County Jail? No, sir. I've never been in that county.
You met with them in the jail. I got the wrong jail, obviously.
I've never met with them in any jails.
Where did you meet with them?
I was already in DOC.
Okay.
In Lowell.
You met with them in prison.
Yes, sir.
Apologies. And the second time, you met with them at the state attorney's office, right? Here in Tallahassee.
Yes, sir.
And both times, Special Agent Sanford was there.
Yes, sir.
Investigator Jason Newland was there.
Yes, sir.
And TPD Investigator Sherry Bennett were there.
Yes, sir.
And they asked you questions.
Yes, sir.
All those shares on X. Appreciate it. Bassett Page coming through. True Crime Butterfly coming through. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
And each time, you told them a version of events that was very different from what you said at your trials, right?
Yes, sir.
In fact, during those 6 hours of interviews, you told them about 5 more versions, right?
5 different versions of it?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Oh, so you told them the same thing throughout the 6 hours that you met with them?
I believe so, but I think the first time you can't even visit more than 2 hours, so I don't know where you're getting 6 hours.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Let's look. The first
Charlie's like, what have I done? I've entrusted my entire life to this guy.
interview started at 9:26 a.m. and it ended at 11:44 a.m., so a little over 2 hours.
Yes, sir.
First interview. Your position right now, what you're telling this jury, is that the same thing you told them in the first interview, you told them in the second interview?
I believe so, yes, sir.
You believe so or you know so?
I know so. I believe so. I believe so.
You absolutely know so.
No, I don't, not verbatim exactly what I said.
Isn't it true that during the entire first interview you said you had nothing to do with the murder?
No, sir, I didn't say that.
All right, well, we're going to go through exact quotes, and we'll see if your memory can be refreshed.
Yes, sir.
By the
Oh, damn, starting us out hot here tonight. Jersey Gin, one of the gins from the Gin Nation, coming through here in the Buzz Nation and dropping off a membership to Fuzzy Puff. Fuzzy Puff now has a chance to join us tonight for the book club. Hell yeah.
way,
And if you did just become a member for a month because of some lovely lady like Jersey Gin, then you can go back to the entire catalog of the member-only The Stranger Beside Me episodes. We're up to, I mean, again, we do 2 chapters, you know, and I've missed some weeks here and there, but 2 chapters roughly every week. And so we've been working on this for a while, basically the entire summer, I would say.
any of these interviews, did you give them any documentation?
Damn, I didn't even get her back going. True Crime Butterfly said, hey, listen, boom, slapped me right in the face with a $2 bill. And I said, woo, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, True Crime Butterfly. Boom, getting you on here. Building a wheel. Building a wheel. And don't let me forget to build the virtual wheel for the shirt. Do not let me do that.
Anything new? Any text messages, documentation, WhatsApps, any new, as people call it, receipts? Did you give them any new evidence?
No, I'm in prison. I don't have anything.
It was just your words, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about what you said. During the first proffer, which was a little over 2 hours,
Yes, sir.
you raised your hand and they put you under oath, right?
Yes, sir.
And throughout the proffer, the agents, particularly Special Agent Sanford, kept on telling you that you have to tell the truth, right?
Yes, sir.
He didn't believe you.
I mean, whatever his reasons are.
Was he frustrated with you during the interview?
Yes, sir.
In fact, 1 hour and 8 minutes into the proffer, he said to you that you were minimizing your involvement.
What is the objection?
Here's how you're on.
What is it?
A little bit of hearsay. Puzzle pieces in the chat. He's Rash Bob's putting it all together, baby. Puzzle pieces in the chat.
So let's go back. Your position, what you've told this jury, is you are completely consistent. You told the same story during the entire proffer, right?
I can't, like I told you, I can't remember verbatim what I've said from the first proffer and the second proffer.
But let's just talk about the first proffer.
Yes, sir.
Your view is that from the beginning of the first proffer to the end of the first proffer, you said the same thing throughout. That's what you're telling this jury.
From the first proffer to the second proffer that I'm saying the same exact thing, I don't remember verbatim what I've said.
How about from the beginning of the first proffer to the end of the first proffer? What you told the jury is
Charlie looks
you were
annoyed.
consistent from the beginning of the first proffer to the end of the first proffer. Do you recall saying that?
Yes, sir.
Is that still your testimony?
No, that I was consistent about it? No. Because it was very hard for me to confess what I've done.
So let me ask the question again.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it true that during the first proffer, for the first 1 hour and 8 minutes, you continued to say that you didn't murder Professor Markel?
No, sir, I didn't say that.
I don't understand your answer, so let me rephrase.
Okay.
Isn't it true that for the first half of the first proffer, you denied participation in the murder of Professor Markel?
No, sir, I was telling him what happened and how my involvement in it.
So your position is that throughout the entire first proffer, you admitted that you participated in the murder of Professor Markel.
Yes, sir.
Judge, may I proceed now?
Jersey Jen coming through. I think she just gifted out 2 memberships. Damn, she wants some people in the book club here tonight. I like that. Annie Ruler, welcome in here to the Buzz Nation. You're getting membered up thanks to Jersey Jen. Another spot on the wheel here tonight for Jersey Jen. And then she came through again, folks, and gifted out another membership. This time, Ember B. Ember got that son of a bitch. Ember, if you're hanging out back there, I'd love to see you here in the chat. Hell yeah, Jersey Jen, thank you very much. Doubling up here so far, and I gotta be more specific with my gens here because I've got Jason Jen, and I'm pretty sure. Oh my god, who was the first Jen tonight? Oh my god, I'm mixing my Jen. Oh no, okay, so that was Jersey Jen. I gotta make sure because I got a Jen D, I got Just a Crazy Jen. Okay, so Jersey Jen's on here 3 times now. Okay, I got it, Jersey Jen, I got you. Just for a second, I was like, all right, Jens are ganging up on me. Boom. Oh, man, got it. 1 a.m. in the UK right now. It is 8 here, 8:24. At least on the East Coast. That's where I'm at. Yeah, Daria's feeling it. Brooklyn, welcome in here.
Would it surprise you that 1 hour and 8 minutes into the first proffer, Special Agent Sanford said that you were minimizing your involvement in Professor Markel's murder?
Like he stated, I was minimizing it. It was hard for me to confess everything that I've suppressed for the past 7 years.
11 minutes later, he said that what you were telling him made absolutely no sense. Do you recall him saying that?
No, sir, I did not.
Well, let me see if I can show you. Does this refresh your recollection that Special Agent Sanford said all of it doesn't make sense? I'll try it. Does this refresh your recollection of what Agent Sanford said?
Just the line that you highlighted?
You can read before and after to make sure I'm not doing lawyer tricks.
Yes, sir. Can I?
Of course.
Yes, sir.
Lawyer tricks. That's kind of, Charlie right now is like, what am I
Yes,
paying
Agent
for?
Sanford is saying that why might not remember conversations, specific conversations, and I told him I can't recall those specific conversations.
Was he telling you that what you were saying didn't make sense to him?
I'm going to object to what Agent Sanford said on his opinions.
Stand, please lay the foundation to impeach specifically.
At some point in the interview, did he walk out on you?
Yes, he did on the second interview.
Huge wheel
We're gonna get
tonight.
to that.
20
That's
names
like
on this
4
virtual
hours
wheel.
into your combined interviews, right?
I believe so.
Right. So you come back, and I think it's over an hour into the second interview. So actually, my math isn't great. It's like 3.5 hours into interviewing. Agent Sanford gets so upset.
But I'm going to object to Agent Sanford's opinions.
I'll
or
rephrase.
actions or words.
He's withdrawing the question. Please move on.
Around 3 hours into these interviews, Agent Sanford decides to leave the room. Right.
Yes, sir.
He was frustrated with you, right?
I believe so.
Truthfully, during your first interview, you kept on saying all of these things were jumbled in your head, right?
Yes, sir.
You said that about 11 times. Do you recall that?
I don't recall how many times I said it. No, sir.
You said that eventually, 33 minutes into the interview, you said you arranged through an envelope that Charlie gave you, but that you never opened it for Sigfredo to rough up Professor Markel. Do you recall saying that?
Repeat the question?
33 minutes into the interview,
Yes, sir.
you admitted that you arranged through an envelope that Charlie gave you, but that you never opened,
Yes, sir.
for Sigfredo to rough up Professor Markel. Do you recall that?
I've never said Professor Markel's name.
To rough up the deceased.
What do you mean by that? Can you explain?
You told them, 33 minutes into the interview,
Yes.
that Charlie had given you an envelope that you had never opened, that miraculously got to Sigfredo Garcia, and the purpose of it was to rough up his ex-brother-in-law.
No, because I didn't know what the contents of what was in the envelope, so I wouldn't have said that.
You said that somehow that plan had transitioned to murder, but according to what you told investigators, you never knew when that happened. Do you recall saying that?
Repeat the question again, sir.
You said that somehow the rough-up plan had transitioned to murder.
I never said rough up or any of those words. That's why it's confusing me what
All
you're
right, well,
stating.
let's say it again.
Yes, sir.
You said that somehow the plan had transitioned to murder, but according to what you told investigators, you never knew when that transition happened.
Well, at that time, I didn't know.
At the time that you were
No,
interviewing?
not in my interview, but when it was happening, as they're interviewing me and we're going through the scenario.
I'm going to show you 186 to 187. You know what? I'll just move on.
You know what? Forget it. Just forget it. Fuck it. What do I know? Charlie, good luck.
You told investigators during your first interview,
Just throws a tantrum.
2 hours into it, 2 hours and 1 minute to be exact,
Yes, sir.
that you never spoke to Charlie about the change in plans,
I never spoke to Charlie about the change in plans.
meaning it going to become a murder.
I'm confused about the questions you're asking. Is this what I said?
Yes, what you said to these investigators just a year ago after you were convicted for life, didn't you tell investigators you didn't know it was going to be a murder?
When we were talking about this, like I said, it was hard for me to confess my involvement in this.
Right, so
Can you show me where I said this?
let's just go with what you just said.
Yes, sir.
So 2 hours into your
He looks over to the jury real quick. Are they with me? Are they with me? They're riding along the rash train, baby. Let's go. They're with
first
me.
interview, when you said this, you
He gets
still
so
were
excited.
not admitting that you
Look
had
at
a part
him.
in the murder.
Keeps looking at the jury like, yes, yes, yes.
Yes, it was very hard for me to do this, especially that they came to me in prison where,
got-
why are all
he's
these
just-
investigators coming in?
Okay, so we are now where we started, which is during this first proffer, just a year ago, under oath again, you refused to admit at first that you had anything to do with the murder, that you were a part of the murder.
Yes,
think
sir.
that's-
Yes.
Okay.
It's
Dude,
hard for me to admit it. Yes, sir, it is. It's still hard for me to admit it right now.
Okay.
little known fact, guys. That's a regular size water bottle.
During this first proffer,
That's just a
just
regular
year
size
ago,
water
under
bottle in
oath
this man.
again,
He's that tiny.
you refused.
It's- That's just a regular water bottle. That dude is he's small as hell.
At first,
Look at that
you had
thing.
anything to do with the murder, that you were a part of the murder.
Look at my
Sir,
guy.
Yes.
Okay.
It's hard for me to admit it. Yes, sir, it is. It's still hard for me to admit it right now.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's funny.
During your first proffer, 9 minutes and 14 seconds into it, do you recall being asked the following questions? And as you saw in trial, Garcia and Rivera made a trip in June. What can you tell us about that? Answer. See, like I don't even remember. I mean, obviously, like you're telling me to, like, remember from what I heard at trial, I learned a lot of things from trial. That's why it's so hard. And I want to say the right thing, but like, I don't remember them going up on a first trip. Do you recall saying that during this proffer?
I don't recall it. If you could show it to me.
Why don't you just show it to her? Okay, here we go.
Approach, Your Honor.
I don't even know what the... Might have been blocking out the brand. Look at him. Oh my god.
Does that refresh your recollection that you said that?
Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ, dude. He's something. Jersey Jen coming through, man. She's filling up the wheel right now, but with kindness, because she is hooking up a lot of people in the chat right now. First of all, Daria, new to the channel, but has been awesome. I know that she's getting excited for book club here tonight as well. And getting gifted a spot on this wheel for a possibility for some goodies. Of course, I've got the magnets, I've got a coaster, I've got some stickers that she may win here tonight with some help from Jersey Jen. Next, Carrie getting on this thing as well. $2 on both of those from Jersey Jen. And then oh my God, she's still not done. I was about to say here's a third one, but here comes a fourth one. Dave getting a spot. Also from Jersey Jen, and then she came through a fourth time. BGOG getting a spot. So hell yeah, dude, we're getting close. We probably will. We're going to have multiple spins here tonight. We're having this spin, and I've already got the virtual spin for a t-shirt, again, for all the help over on the Wrestle Plunge video, and I appreciate the shit out of it. Run puzzle pieces, do not forget.
You were asked during your proffer on page 68, I don't know how long into it, probably about a third into it. Question, before that trip, you knew that Lewis was going to go with him on that trip. Answer, no, I never knew he was going with him. Do you recall answering that way?
Yes, sir.
You also said during that proffer, 63 minutes in, that you didn't know Luis Rivera was going on the second trip to Tallahassee. Do you recall saying that?
Yes, sir.
During that interview on page 83, you told investigators, this is just a year ago, that on the night of July 18th, you didn't know that Charlie's brother-in-law had been shot.
Can you show me that, sir?
Sure.
Yes, because I'm emphasizing I don't know Dan Markel.
You said that you didn't know that Dan Markel had been shot.
I think I missed one here. True Crown Butterfly coming through with $2 for Carrie to get on the wheel. So Carrie just got gifted out twice to get on this wheel. And sorry about that. It was so much is happening out here. But thank you so much, True Crown Butterfly. Hell yeah,
Right.
Carrie.
Yes, sir.
Getting hooked up.
You told that to investigators a year
Getting
ago.
hooked up
That's
right
what,
now,
on that
son.
night, you had no idea that there was a shooting.
Yes, I was partly denying probably still my involvement in it. This is something I've suppressed for a long time, sir.
Now, what's
Amy with
also interesting,
$10. And you know why she came through? She's hollering out the book club, dude. Hell yeah. Coming through with a $10 holler. Shouting out the book club, which is going to be immediately following this here tonight. Thank you so much, Pammy. I appreciate that.
is
Do the
when you
cash
described
app.
July 18th, you said Charlie was panicked.
Yes, sir.
You said he
Boom.
took his Xanax
That's
and
a
you took his
will.
Xanax.
Yes, sir. He gave me.
Boom.
You said that he was upset.
I never said he was upset. He was just frantic.
And
Let's
a
move
new
on to the
wheel.
second proffer.
Yes, sir.
The second
Just a Crazy Jen finished off the wheel, and she says, the Jen Nation thanks you, Pastor Steve, and I thank you guys for coming through here. But then right after, immediately, and I love when this happens, because we get a brand new wheel started immediately. And True Crime Butterfly coming through here with $2 more. So we got a wheel, started a new wheel, and we've got the virtual wheel. We're going to be spinning some wheels here tonight, baby. Thank you guys so much. Let's go.
proffer was 6 weeks after the first proffer. Do you recall
Pam.
that?
got the spot
This
from
is
True
when I
Crime
came
Butterfly.
back. I came here.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
And you met with investigators for 3.5 hours this time,
If that's what it states.
from 10:06 in the morning to 1:38 in the afternoon.
Yes, sir.
At the beginning of the interview, you told investigators you didn't know why you were there, right?
Yes, I didn't know what I got pulled out for.
And 15 minutes into the interview, Agent Sanford left the room, right?
Yes, sir.
He didn't come back.
No, sir.
During the interview, you recall being told that you weren't giving the state anything to make them want to do anything for you.
Repeat that question, sir.
Do you recall that during the interview, you were told that you weren't giving the state anything to make them want to do anything for you?
Who stated that?
Investigator Bennett.
Okay, yes, sir.
She was upset.
I mean, we were just talking about the same thing over again.
When she said that you had a real issue, right?
Not that I can recall. What's the issue?
Well, if you didn't help the state and give them something that they could work with, there was only one way you were ever getting out of prison, and that's in a box.
Why do you keep stating that, sir?
You're in jail for the rest of your life,
You
right?
keep saying that.
If the state doesn't help you, the only way you're getting out of prison is when you die.
But they never said they were going to help me. I wasn't promised
That's not my
anything.
question. What's the only way that you're getting out of prison if the state doesn't help you?
I'll die in prison.
During this second proffer, they asked you mean to tell me that you had no clue that he came to Tallahassee? Answer, he never told me he was going to Tallahassee.
Going.
Do you recall saying that
Tight
you didn't know
will.
that Sigfredo Garcia was going to Tallahassee?
Yes, sir. I never knew he went to Tallahassee.
You never knew Sigfredo Garcia went to Tallahassee?
No, sir.
Okay. During these proffers, you never told the state about monthly payments, did you?
Monthly payments.
That Charlie was making monthly payments to you?
What, the checks from the Adelson Institute?
Yes.
They were aware of that.
How about the cash he was giving you every month?
He wasn't giving me any cash every month.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He wasn't giving you $2,000
Oh, really?
of cash every single month that you're heard on the wires trying to accept?
No, sir.
He was just giving you an Adelson Institute check?
Yes, sir. What would the $2,000 be for?
Before he gave you the Adelson Institute checks, you were getting $3,000 a month, right?
No, sir.
It wasn't
Charlie's trying to
until 1
remember right
hour
now
and
himself. He's
13
like, was I giving her $3,000?
minutes in the first proffer that you first admitted that you didn't work for the Adelson Institute, right?
Yes, sir. I lied about it.
In the proffer.
In the proffer, I don't know when I said it, but I lied in my trials about getting those checks from the Adelson Institute. Because I said those were checks that I needed to show that I can get insurance for my children.
You recall them asking you about a meeting with Charlie in the car before Dolce Vita?
Yes, sir.
And you said that you couldn't recall what was discussed?
Yes, sir.
You recall that during the second proffer, you told the state that you didn't know the police were at your door during the wire? And if you had known they were at the door, you would have let them in?
I don't think I mentioned it in that way, but they didn't announce themselves when they were knocking on the door.
In fact, aren't we going to see in the wires that you were hiding from the police?
I was not hiding. I was at home.
Weren't you hiding at home?
From what? I was working from home that day.
Weren't you making a bunch of phone calls to a lot of people saying, the police are at my door, I don't know what to do, I can't answer the door, I'm afraid? Weren't you hiding from them?
He's hitting her with the rash splash, Very classic technique. He's delicate with it, isn't he? He's a delicate man.
He was knocking at the door. They didn't state
think
who
he's
they
just
were.
saying words.
So I was calling Sigfredo, and nobody was picking up. Then one of his coworkers finally called.
She'll say this, he'll be like, aha! Doesn't that mean that you did?
back and said that there's FBI over there speaking to him, and he's going to come by the house.
And he came by the house?
Yes.
And you all discussed how you were going to stay hidden and not answer the door, right?
I didn't discuss anything. They just said that there was like an FBI agent or an agent outside. So I
And
just
you
never
decided
answered.
not to answer the door and let them in, right?
No, why would I let them in?
Let me make sure that we're being clear here.
Don't talk
Yes,
to the
sir.
Did you know that
police.
the police were outside your door?
I didn't know who was outside my door. I didn't know until his coworker had stated that there was an undercover or an agent outside.
And after he stated that, did you know that there was police outside your door?
They were gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they knocked,
Okay.
and then they were gone.
You didn't stay hidden for over 45 minutes
No,
while
sir.
these phone calls are happening?
I was at home. I just didn't open the door.
Okay.
Damn, Simi walked in the door and got put on the wheel by Jen. Shit. Thank you, Jen. Simi, congratulations. Boom. Getting picked up. And then I think she came through again. Put just a crazy Jen on the wheel. Shit. Dude, Jersey Jen is out of her mind here tonight. She's going in. Appreciate the shit out of that Jen. Thank you. Jersey Jen. The Jens. That'd be a good
During the
name,
entire first
be a good
proffer
name of a
and
band.
2/3 of the second proffer,
The Jens.
you never said that Charlie
It's a
did
punk
it
band.
or ordered it. Isn't that true?
Tell me it's not a punk band.
Not specifically, no.
Now today you come in here and you talk about how on Halloween Charlie asked you if there was someone who could hurt his ex-brother-in-law, right?
I stated that on the proffer.
That's fine.
Yes, sir.
It took you a while to state it in the proffer, but I admit you did. It took you about an hour and 40 minutes. But today, that's what your testimony was, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know that you had only started dating Charlie Adelson about 2 weeks before Halloween?
Probably. We just started talking. I don't know specifically if it was 2 weeks.
Do you know that
Look,
at
I
the
remember
time of
spooky
Halloween
season.
2013, Charlie Adelson had absolutely no idea anything about your ex?
I wouldn't know, sir.
Well, let me see if I can refresh your memory.
Will the real Jen please stand up? Please stand up. Jersey Jen, put Amanda Calendar. Amanda, I'm butchering your name, aren't I? On the damn thing. $2. Hell yeah. Thank you very much. I'm going to put Amanda right here. Calendar. I think it's calendar. And then coming through with a Tiff Knox win. Damn. Again, Jersey Jen getting Tiff on that thing. Tiff is listening in right now, so she's probably just got a little bit more excited. Hell yes.
Do you recall text messages in November 27th of 2013 where you said to...
Objection, improper refreshing.
And
Okay.
please show the witness the document.
But let me ask some questions first. Isn't it true that Charlie Adelson didn't know about your ex until November 27th, 2013?
I wouldn't know, sir.
And even then, he didn't know much about him?
I wouldn't know.
Let me approach with, what number is it? Defense Exhibit 34.
Yes, it's Arlen, sir.
You have it, text messages.
Yeah, all right. Calendar. Like a calendar. It's like a calendar. Yes. Uh-oh. All the way from the UK, Plain Mary Jane getting on that son of a bitch. There we go. Boom. You coming through the Buzz Nation. You getting a spot on the wheel. Let me tell you right now. Thanks to Jersey Jen. That almost rhymed. Bam. Plain Mary Jen. I think we're changing her name to Plain Mary Jen. Boom. The Jens.
These text messages between you and Charlie Adelson. Does that refresh your recollection that he didn't know about your ex until at the earliest, November 27, 2013?
Yes, sir.
Halloween's in October, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, shit. Brash, you're onto something, pal.
Now, you talk about this letter and Charlie printing it up. In all the times in Charlie's house, you ever see him, does he have a computer? He doesn't own a computer, right?
He had a little office in his house, but I don't know if there was a computer or not. I don't recall.
We had this lady's friend
You
in the
recall
chat one
during-
night. What was her name? Yen?
His interviews that the investigators kept on pushing you whether Charlie gave you money during the trips.
Repeat the question, sir.
Do you recall during these interviews that the investigators kept on pushing you, asking you a lot of questions about whether Charlie Adelson gave you any money before the two men took the trips?
Yes. And I answered them.
I know you did.
Okay.
And it took you 22 minutes left in the second proffer where you finally said he gave you a few $100s before each trip.
Yes, sir.
Repeat,
Go ahead.
repeatedly before then, you couldn't even remember that, right? You were confused as you said it.
No, I could remember it. It was just very hard when I was speaking, especially when I was speaking with Sergeant Sanford in the room because he was frustrated with me. So once he left the room, it was an easier conversation to have, and I wasn't so pressured.
It was an easier conversation to have because, in fact, Investigator Bennett started to play the part of Katie Magbanua, right?
I don't know what you mean by that,
Well,
sir.
she started to testify for you.
No, sir, she did not.
It wasn't mostly her talking and you saying yes?
No, sir.
Isn't it true that it wasn't until an hour and 16 minutes and 31 seconds into the second proffer where you were still continuing to say that you didn't become aware that this was going to be a murder until sometime between the first and second trips to Tallahassee?
Yes, sir, I told you it was very hard for me to admit my part in all of this. I'm sorry.
So 4 hours into your proffers, you were still saying that you didn't know the first trip was for a murder. That's fair to say, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go on to a little different subject.
I mean, what's he even doing here? Is he building towards
You started
Am I
dating
lost?
Fredo Garcia just after high school.
Yes, sir.
By the time you broke up with him, you had been with Sigfredo on and off for more than a decade.
Yes, sir.
By the way, when you dated Charlie Adelson, he thought you were broken up with Sigfredo Garcia, right?
I was broken up with him.
Well, did you have sexual relations with Sigfredo Garcia while dating Charlie Adelson?
Yes, I did.
Charlie didn't know that, right?
I mean, that's not something I would tell him.
Now, you considered him to be your husband.
Yes, sir.
You met Charlie Adelson at work
Yes, sir.
at a place called SoFi Dental.
Sophie Dental.
Sorry, Sophie Dental.
Yes, sir.
And that was in South Beach.
Yes, sir.
And you started dating in the middle of October of 2013.
In the middle of October? No, we started dating before that.
When did you start dating?
I don't recall the exact date, but it was definitely before October.
If I told you
September.
do you recall that your first date was at a restaurant kind of in the building?
I believe so, yes.
If I told you that the date of that was October 9th, would that refresh your recollection? Would
Yes,
that be
sir.
right?
Possibly, yes, sir.
Now, when you dated Charlie Adelson, he treated you well.
Bedbug face.
Yes, sir.
That's tripping me out.
I think you said you didn't know he had money. You knew he had money.
I mean, he wasn't very flashy with it. I know he was well off.
Oh, come on.
He took you to nice dinners.
Yes, sir.
That was different than your past relationship, right?
I've been in nice dinners with Sigfredo.
Did Charlie treat you nicer than Sigfredo?
I wouldn't say that he treated me nicer.
You saying McDonald's ain't nice? Huh? You saying Sigfredo can't afford, a little bit of fucking Mickey D's? That's where we went.
At that
If
at
you
that
must
time.
know, Rash.
Yes, because I was going through a lot with Sigfredo.
Did Charlie ever lay hands on you?
Applebee's.
No, sir.
Did Sigfredo?
We've gotten into arguments, yes.
One where he ripped off your necklace?
No, he's never ripped off any necklace
No?
of mine. No.
Now, at first, Charlie was the pursuer. Is that fair to say? He pursued you.
Yes, sir.
Over time, you became more serious.
I believe so.
And he made it clear to you over time, namely in the spring of 2014, that he didn't want anything different than casual, right?
I mean, I think we were both in agreement with that, yes.
But you had questions about it. You asked him, right?
I believe so.
And he told you, I like the way things are.
Yes, sir.
Now,
She was trying to-
Sigfredo came to know that you were dating.
She was trying to upgrade to something else. And he's like, I think we're good. I think we're good here. I think me and you, the way it's happening, I kind of like that. Let's just keep it the way it is. She's just like, you're making me feel like a slut here. And he's like, hey, me? Charlie boy?
Charlie, correct?
Yes, sir.
And
What's up, Dan?
during your second trial, you testified that you told Sigfredo about Charlie to make Sigfredo mad.
Probably.
You wanted to throw it in his face that you were dating a successful dentist, right?
That I was dating somebody period, because I never really dated anybody after Sigfredo.
Sigfredo hated Charlie.
I mean, this.
You told Charlie on one occasion, if you see him, run. Isn't that what you told him?
Not that I can recall now.
Is it possible that you told him that?
No, but he would be scared of Sigfredo, yes.
Sigfredo considered you the love of his life, right?
I believe so.
He made it clear to you that he wanted you back and didn't want you to be with Charlie, right?
It's not that he made it clear, but we were trying to work it out for our family.
Now, Charlie talks a lot, right?
Yes, he does.
And he repeats himself over and over.
Yes, sir.
As a traveling periodontist, he's in the car a lot for work, right?
Yes, sir.
And what does he do when he's in the car a lot? Talks on the phone?
Talk on the phone, yes, sir.
And he'd call you a lot on the phone, right?
He would at that time, yes.
And at that time, he would sometimes call you early in the morning, right?
Yes, sir.
He'd call you sometimes in his breaks at work.
Yes, sir.
He'd call you late at night.
Yes, we were dating.
Exactly. He'd talk to you a ton.
Yes, sir.
He talks to his mom a lot on the phone too, right?
I believe so.
Well, you witnessed it, right?
Yes.
You would be with him a lot when he would talk to his mom, right? On the phone.
Yes, sir.
And by the way, you talk on the phone a lot with Sigfredo Garcia, right?
Yes, sir.
And that makes sense because he's the father of your two children, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, in 2014, you became aware of Charlie's family issues, right?
Yes, sir.
You heard him talking on the phone a lot to his mom, right?
Yeah, he's always talking to his mom.
And also, when you guys would go out, as you know, Charlie likes to talk, right?
Yes, sir.
And so a topic of frequent conversation would be what he had just talked to his mom about, right?
No, he never told me what he was talking to his mom about.
No, so he never told you about the problems that his sister was having? He wouldn't recount those conversations that he was having with his mom?
Not when he's on the phone with his mom. Maybe if we're just, laying down or talking, he'd mention it once in a blue moon.
And you would ask him questions about it, right?
Not really.
He told you about this TV was cheaper than a hitman joke many times, right?
Yes, he's made that comment before.
And he repeated it to many people, right?
Yes, sir, he has.
He makes a lot of bad jokes, right?
Yes, he does.
Did you ever tell him, Charlie, why are you making that joke when we're actually hiring a hitman? Like, don't you think that's a bad idea? Did you ever say that to him?
No, because feels like he's untouchable.
No, because you really weren't hiring a hitman. You didn't know he was hiring a hitman, right?
So untouchable.
That's why you didn't tell him that, right?
He knew he was hiring a hitman.
So when he made that joke in front of Professor Lacoste on March 11th at Yardbird.
That he made that joke?
Yeah, you know he made the joke at that dinner, right?
I don't recall that, no, sir.
Okay.
Unless I was talking to Wendy and I didn't pay attention to what they were talking about.
Well, let's talk about that dinner a little bit on March 11th, just 6 weeks before the first attempt that in your proffers you didn't know about. You all ate outside on the patio?
Yes, sir.
And during this dinner, you and Wendy talked a lot about your exes, didn't you?
Not that we talked a lot about the exes. I always speak of my children, so I'm pretty sure I mentioned my kids and she mentioned her kids.
You didn't probe information from Wendy about her ex, and that's why you brought up your exes, your ex?
No, sir. We did not talk about any exes.
Were you aware that Sigfredo and Luis Rivera were sitting in a car scoping you out?
I didn't know that until my trial.
Charlie's having a hard time not talking right now.
Now, the state showed you a picture of you on the beach with Wendy Adelson.
Yes, sir.
No discussion about a murder plot during that.
No.
Prison Charlie's in the chat.
The jet ski incident, was Charlie scared?
Yes, sir.
Were you upset?
Of course.
Did it cause a whole string of text messages and fights between you and Sigfredo?
After that incident, yes.
You were afraid that Charlie was going to break up with you, right?
Not really.
Really, your text messages don't show that you were upset that Charlie might break up with you? That Sigfredo was trying to run your life?
Well, I was upset, but I didn't really care if Charlie was going to break up with me or not.
Now, I want to take you to the week of the murder. And we'll start with July 14th. You had dinner with Charlie the night of July 14th, right?
Not that I can recall.
Oh, you don't recall having dinner with him the night of July 14th?
No, sir.
Are you sure you didn't have dinner with him the night of July 14th?
I can't recall. If you'd show me something.
Do you recall him working late and coming towards your house and meeting him at a place near the water on July 14th?
No, sir.
Well, let's do it this way. If you had dinner with him on July 14th, just 4 days before the murder,
Yes, sir.
did you pick up money from him at that point in time?
No, sir, because I don't even remember that dinner.
Assuming that the dinner happened,
Yes,
which I
sir.
think the state's going to prove,
Okay.
did you pick up any money from him at that dinner?
No, sir. I don't even recall that dinner.
Fair enough. Do you recall having lunch with him on July 17th, the day before the murder?
No, sir.
Well, let me try to refresh your memory on this. Do you recall on July 16th that Charlie worked late and went out to dinner with Erica Johnson?
I can't recall.
Do you recall that you got in a fight with him that night because you thought he might be cheating on you?
No, sir. I don't recall it.
Do you recall that there are text messages in which you were upset that he was out so late? You don't recall that?
No, sir. Do you have something to show me?
I don't need to. Do you recall that he told you on that call that he had worked late, that he had gone out with Erica, and that he would have a lunch with you the next day?
I don't recall any of those days, sir.
Do you recall that
Jesus,
on the call
Rash, what is
on that
happening,
night,
bud?
the evening of the 16th, it's actually the very morning of the 17th, it's after midnight, that you were adamant that you wanted to have dinner with him on the 18th?
No, sir. I
You don't remember
recall
that?
any of those days. That's why I'm
You don't
asking if
remember
can
that, it's fine.
Show me.
The answer is you don't remember that, right?
No, I can't recall.
He is.
I get to ask the questions,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Yeah.
That's how this works.
She's not do. She's. What has happened, Rash? You're getting a little aggressive for literally no reason, bro.
Now, you went to lunch with him near his house. Do you recall that?
No, sir.
One moment.
Yes, sir.
He's going over to Charlie. Are you sure any of this fucking happened? Oh. Charlie's like, I'm not so sure.
Do you
Sorry.
recall going to Vila's? It's like a Cuban Mexican place right by Charlie's house.
I know of the restaurant, but I don't remember the date when we went, or we've been there before. Yes.
You don't recall going there the day before the murder?
No, sir.
Nonetheless, if you had been there, you didn't collect any money that day, right?
No, sir.
Look at that giant
recall-
water. I mean, a regular water in a
During that
little
lunch,
boy's
you
hands.
got in a big fight.
During what lunch?
The lunch on the 17th that you don't remember.
How can I tell you what happened if I don't remember the date and you're not showing me anything?
Let's talk about after the murder. One moment, Your Honor. Isn't it true that Charlie Adelson gave you $138,000 the night of the murder, not $100,000?
I never counted the money.
Isn't it true that you were paid $3,000 every month after the murder?
No, sir.
Isn't it true that you told Charlie Adelson that a terrible thing had happened, your friend got an idea to do this, you didn't know anything about it, but you would help him?
Repeat that question, sir.
Isn't it true that you told Charlie Adelson that a friend of yours had done this, that you had talked
No,
too
sir.
much, but that you would do everything you could to help Charlie Adelson?
No, sir.
Isn't it true that you told him that if he ever went to the police, these people would do to him and his family what they had done to Professor Markel?
No, sir.
If the state proves that for the next 20 months you received payments, does the state have it wrong?
That I received payments?
For the
From
next
the-
20 months after July 18th, if the state proves, they're going to bring up a financial person who's
Yes.
going to show cash payments. When the state proves that,
Yes.
do they have it wrong?
No, because I deposited throughout every month.
The payments that Charlie were making to you.
No, what Sigfredo
Oh,
had
that'd
given
be
to
funny.
me.
I'm gonna do it.
Is it true that you were the mastermind behind Professor Markel's murder?
No, sir. That was Charlie.
I'm sure it was.
I didn't have any information on Mr. Markel. Yes.
Wait for a question, respond accordingly to the question.
Sorry, Your Honor.
By the way, on these wires that we're going to hear, you're repeatedly lying to Charlie, right?
Repeatedly lying about what?
Well, you're telling him that you're calling the undercover number, right?
Yes, I lied to
You
him.
never called the undercover number.
No, because I was telling Sigfredo to call that number.
Ma'am, let me ask the questions.
I'm asking-
I know you have an agenda, but let me ask the questions.
Objection, that is right. Argument over.
Sustained. You disregard the last comment about any agendas. Please continue.
On those wires, you tell Charlie Adelson that you've called the undercover number, don't you?
Yes, I said that.
And you never called the undercover number.
Of course, why would I call it?
You tell Charlie Adelson that you tried to call the number, but it's a non-working number. Do you recall saying that?
I believe so, yes.
And that was a lie.
Yes, we were all lying to each other.
You call, Judge.
He was responding to your question. You don't
I
have to like
mean,
the
what
answer.
is happening? Judge is like, dude, calm your shit, bro. Jersey Jen, thank you for that dollar. Holla. Appreciate that. Getting a little bit further here now.
I actually love
He
it.
needs to simmer, man. Simmer
You never
down
lied
now.
to Sigfredo on those wires, did you?
Yes, I did.
When did you lie to Sigfredo on those wires?
Well, he was lying to me, actually.
I asked a different question. When did you lie to Sigfredo on those wires? Give me one example of lying to Sigfredo.
You're right. I'm stating that Sigfredo was lying to me.
Ms. McVanderwall, I'm going to ask the question one more time.
Oh my
No, I didn't
God.
lie to Sigfredo.
You never once lied to Sigfredo Garcia on those wires.
Not that I can recall now.
But you repeatedly lied to Charlie Adelson on those wires, didn't you?
Yes, sir, I did.
By the way, you and Sigfredo Garcia talked about how you needed to get a burner phone, right?
No, Sigfredo was the one who got the burner phones.
Okay. You and
She's just
Sigfredo
not
got
answering the way he thinks that she should. And he's freaking out.
burner phones, right?
And he's looking terrible.
Sigfredo bought the burner phones, yes.
And you used a burner phone, right?
Yes, he advised me to do so.
Oh,
Did you
shit,
ever
I forgot
talk to
the
Charlie
proper
Adelson
name
about
up.
getting a burner phone?
I wasn't aware,
we
but
go.
I thought he had one.
You told Charlie Adelson that Sigfredo Garcia left a voicemail for the undercover. You recall telling him that?
I believe so, yes.
That was a lie, right?
I believe Sigfredo did leave a voicemail to the undercover.
You think he did, or you think they just heard about the voicemail, that he actually never called the undercover?
If he said he did, he probably did.
Now, shortly after the murder, you and Charlie break up, right?
Yes, sir.
Like immediately after.
I don't know if it's immediately after, but we stopped, hanging out as much.
Now, you keep on saying that the state hasn't promised you anything, right?
Yes, sir.
But you're hoping that they're going to help you, right?
Of course, I want to see my children again.
That's what I'm talking about, Fuzzy Puff. That's what I'm
For your
talking
direct
about.
examination.
Puzzle faces.
I'm going to approach you with the text message exhibit that the defense showed you. Maybe I misunderstood, but is this text showing that the defendant found out about Sigfredo in November, or that Sigfredo found out about the defendant in November?
From the text messages, it's that Sigfredo found out about Charlie.
Crazy, dude.
The job in this case, there's some question about, is it to harm, is it to rough up, is it to kill? What was the job?
It was to kill.
And you knew it was to kill?
Those exact words weren't mentioned, but
Did you
yes.
know that this was going to result in a death,
Yes, ma'am.
not a roughing up?
Yes, ma'am.
And I know you don't, do you know precisely when you found out it was going to be a death?
No, ma'am.
But can you tell the jury it was definitely before the murder?
Before July.
And did Charlie Adelson know it was a murder?
Yes, ma'am. He did.
Did Sigfredo Garcia know it was a murder?
Yes, ma'am. He did.
No further questions.
She's just made it real simple. She's like,
You may step down.
anything that Rash, which was nothing. I don't even understand. Like, he was all over the place. He was fighting. Oh my God, it was terrible as a cross. And Georgia just stamped it with.
The
everyone
witness be
fucking
recalled
knew.
at any point. Very well. Please approach.
About to do two wheel spins before book club, everybody. Where are we going on Sunday morning? On Sunday morning, we're going to Adelson Institute employees. We're going to Mary Hall. We're going to Sergeant Corey Hall. And we may start Sergeant Christopher Corbett. So we still got quite a ways to go. Not as long. I'm going to give them a like right here. I'm going to put this in the chat also. So make sure you're following the trial channel lucky enough to let me use this playlist of the Charlie Adelson trial, which has been awesome. And I really appreciate it. Everyone tonight, thank y'all so much. First of all, let's do the shirt wheel first. No, let's do this wheel first. We'll save the shirt for last. So this right here is Jersey Gin's wheel. Okay, this Jersey Gin, holy shit, coming through hard tonight. So hopefully everybody can read this. Let me turn off my green screen. Then we're gonna spin this bad boy. Good luck everybody on here. Oh, that's a good one. Oh. Just a Crazy Gin picked up the victory there. The wheel of gins and a gin wins. If a gin wins a shirt, that'd be crazy. So first of all, let me put this on here so I don't get lost. Ba, 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 ba. So that right there is for a Murder Church magnet, a Hell Yeah magnet, Publicly Buzzed Classic sticker, and a coaster. Just a Crazy Gin. Hell yeah. Yeah, nice. And next we're going to do the wheel. Next we're going to do the virtual wheel. Virtual wheel. Congrats, Jen. All the gins in the house say yeah. I can do that. There's a lot of gins in the house. All right, hold on now. And again, we are going to book club momentarily, but first, let me get this fat head off here. Boom, boom, boom. This is for all the folks that came through. And if you haven't done this yet, I'll go ahead and put the link here in the chat. I have a second channel. It's a pro wrestling channel, and I've been working my ass off on that channel, trying to get it going. So I make videos on there. I go live on Sunday nights, but I make a lot of content for this channel. And I always, here recently anyways, have been telling people if they come through and show some love on the newest video to get it going in the algorithm, giving it hype, watching the video all the way through, liking, commenting, I will put them on a wheel for a free t-shirt from publiclybuzz.com. And holy shit, you guys, the last one, the video went to 55K, which is crazy. This one's still trucking. It's getting ready to hit 5K. So it really helps. It really matters, and I appreciate the shit out of it. So here is all the folks that came through. Forrest Griffin. Was it his name's not Forrest Griffin, is it? Forrest from Canada. Forrest Griffin is the UFC fighter. Chris Dewitt, Real Government Name, J Money, Just a Crazy Gin, Pammy, Semi Sharp, Salty, Pokemon, Brooklyn, our Brooklyn with the modded up Brooklyn. I don't even know if I can say her last name correctly. Pesola? Am I saying that probably terribly? That's why I don't always just say Brooklyn. Bassett Page, True Crime Butterfly, Leia, Mar-R, Lakota, Jersey Jen has an opportunity here. She wants that new Halloween shirt, by the way. Jesse Charles, Jay, Wildside, and Behind Green Eyes. All okay. Forrest Nelson, that's right. Forrest Griffin. I just went back 20 years to the UFC days. Remember the fighter, Forrest Griffin? Okay, Forrest Nelson. Good luck, everybody. And here we go. Pokemon! Hell yeah! I don't think she's in here tonight. But Pokemon picking up the victory for the shirt. Hell yeah. And she is a G. She's a mod around here. Been around for a really long time. Super amazing person. Let me just make sure I get this in here. Damn, incredible night here again. The Buzz Nation. I'm not messing around. Doing a damn thing. Turn my green screen back on. Boom. So yeah, tonight we are going to the book club right now. We have a lot of new folks that can check out tonight, which is cool. I need to get a little bit of water. My mouth's getting a little dry. But Sunday we will continue this trial. And then Thursday nights, do not forget, I'm doing reaction videos live every Thursday night of body cam footage. So we're going to do that this Thursday. And then Friday night I need to plan a show. I need to figure out what I'm doing. It'll be horror related. As I said, every show moving forward until Halloween will be spooky. I don't know if they'll all be just like horror or be some comedy. There'll be a little bit of everything. All right, so just keep your eyes peeled. I need to see what's going on though. I'm not sure yet. But we'll be back for the trial on Sunday morning. You better be back soon, Plain Mary Jan. We'll see you back. You've been indoctrinated into the Jin Nation at this point. So, all right, everybody, let's go. We're going to talk about chapters 36 and 37 in The Stranger Beside Me. Let's go.